Good morning, everyone. How is everybody doing? It's morning in LA, so I should say it that way. Caitlin, I think you're in the afternoon. But anyway, yes. Welcome to the KDrama Coffee Break. I'm Jen. We have Caitlin with us here today. If you are new, this is where we're hanging out with delicious coffees, just talking about K-dramas with our best friends and just getting it all out, because what a week of K-dramas we had this week. Caitlin, what do you got today? What are you drinking?
I just got regular coffee with creamer. Nothing special.
All right, I'm back at I went and did a double order of Starbucks this morning, so I've already burned through one, so I'm on my second one. I'm just warning you all. Good morning. We've got Calvin, we got Nora, we got our Pepito. It's so good to see everybody. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. If you are listening to us on the podcast, thank you so much. If you are catching the replay, make sure you guys all leave those comments below and we will respond to them as they come up. Again, it's just the K-Drama Coffee Break. It's just a bunch of K-Drama fans hanging out and chatting about their week in K-Drama. We start with our premieres, then we move into finales if we had any, and then we talk about our watch list, and then we talk about what's coming up next week, right? It's just kind of a good, fun day. Hello. Oh, Gungan is here. Toya, howdy. It's good to see you. We got Denise is popping in. Yeah, come on in. The water's nice. It's all good. Come and chat with us. It's fantastic. Caitlin, how did your K-drama week go? So while everyone's rolling in, let us know in the comments what you guys are all drinking and how your K-drama week went.
I mean, I needed dramas this week. My week was not a good week, personally. So it was. I was glad I had a lot to watch. At the same time, I had a lot to watch, so I had to kind of make some decisions on what I should watch and what I wanted to watch, and then leave some for next week. So I didn't get to everything I'm currently watching.
Totally understand that. Absolutely, totally understand that. That's me. I'm like, all right, what do I have time for? I'm always like, all right, I got 12 hours of dramas I got to watch in 2 days. I got to break it up into 6 hours. Like, how do I allocate who gets what? Yeah, I do it all the time. It happens all the time. It's crazy. Oh goodness, look, we got Amy out there. We got Toya, we got Denise, we got Christabel. It's so good to see you guys all out there. We had 2 premieres this week, and just a quick update. Not update, it's on the calendar as well if you are one of our sponsors and you get our calendar. But Duty After School changed from a 10-episode full drama, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Caitlin, to a part 1 6-episode thing. And we're going to talk about probably this week, we're only going to talk about maybe the first half of that first 6, because they all dropped at the same time. Which I have to say, Caitlin, as we're kind of seems to be moving into that, oh my God, I'm really glad they dropped all 6 at the same time. I'm not sure I could have gone week to week on this one. Right?
Yeah, same. Yeah. And also, I think I found out that the other 4 apparently are going to be dropping in like 2 weeks. So it's like April 21st is when I saw the date. I honestly don't know why they did that. And maybe they extended it to 12. I don't know. But apparently the next 4 are going to be in about 2 weeks.
That is so bizarre. It's such a bizarre scheduling way to do it. Oh, Christabel, watch the movie Ditto halfway through. Okay, nice. Nice.
I have Hunt on my list. I want to watch Hunt.
I feel like I watched Hunt. Is that an older one?
No, that's a fairly new. I think you might have gone and seen like the premiere of it in LA or something. Remember you had that movie mix-up where like you were supposed to see one and you saw another?
Yes, I'm like, well, I know I saw this. I feel like I saw this movie. Wait a second. I don't know what's happening. Yes, that's exactly what I did. Yes. But out of time catching up. Can't wait to hear. Oh, Lee Jung Jae. Yes. Thank you, Marco. That was a movie that we were like, what are we watching? Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, great. All right. So we kind of already teased Deputy. What is my problem? Duty After School. But we're going to get started with our premieres. Caitlin had one more BL that dropped this week. I apologize, you guys. It did not make it to the calendar. I will put it up as soon as we're done here. It was called The Eighth Sense, I think. So let us know, what did you think? Is it
It's
a
good.
solid one? Is it?
It's
Okay.
good. So, like, if you saw the BL, I think from 2 years ago, I want to say it was 2021, Blooming, BLUEMINJ
That's
or
one of your
MING,
favorites that I haven't had a chance
one of
to
my
watch yet.
favorites.
Yeah.
It's on iQIYI, Blooming.
Oh,
The same, I think it's the same director, if not the same entire company along with writers, made The Eighth Sense. I think it's the same team. I mean, it could possibly be one of my favorites of this year for BLs.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. But basically, the synopsis is the two guys are in college. One left college to go to the military, so he's now back doing like his senior year, and then the other person's a freshman just coming in, and they kind of have this like automatic attraction for each other that like they don't quite understand what it is. And so the freshman joins a surfing club that the senior was a part of before he left for the military and is now back. And apparently that's how they get to know each other, is on this club. The first, I mean, aesthetic wise, in terms of cinematography and stuff, it's absolutely beautiful. It's
okay. And I apologize. I think you already said this, but I was fiddling over to the side here with things. Did you say where this one is airing? Is this on Viki or is this
Viki?
Viki. Okay.
Viki. Yeah.
Excellent.
Blooming's on iQIYI, which is why a lot of people haven't seen it. Yeah. But this one's on Viki, and I recommend it highly.
Okay, great. So the acting is good. Do we recognize any of the actors that are in this one?
Nope.
No. Oh, fantastic. Nope. And they're good. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. They sometimes for the BLs find like brand new, just in their first acting class actors, and you're just like, oh goodness.
Yeah.
And the writing,
according to MDL, the freshman actor, I think this is his first drama. The other one has been in a couple dramas before. I can't remember off the top of my head. And
so, what is The Eighth Sense exactly? Do they give us? Do they allude to what that is yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. Excellent. So we'll definitely keep up on that one for sure. Where are we? There we go. Okay, so you guys who watched, give me a thumbs up give us a thumbs up in the comments, but let us know who watched. Did you guys watch Duty After School? Right? Did anybody watch it besides me and Caitlin? Out there, that fourth dimensional viewing. Yep, mark on no. All right. So I watched it. Caitlin watched it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. That first episode, I wasn't really sure where it was going. Like I was like, oh, I'm not really sure about this. It's very high schooly. It's very like, I just don't know if I have it in me. And then, so the setup, y'all, is it's essentially and this is what they did so well. This is what they did so well, I thought, in my personal opinion. So it basically is a bunch of high school students their seniors preparing for their exams to get their college entrance exams, right? And their junior year, these orbs appeared in the sky. And everyone panicked. Everyone thought that aliens were invading. And then these orbs did nothing. They just sat there. And so we're now into a year of the orbs being in the sky. And right, Calvin, touchdown. We didn't finish it. We're only going to talk the first 3 episodes. I apologize, Marco. Can you fix that? I'm only talking the first 3 episodes. I did that incorrectly when I loaded this up. So the kids just go through their year, right? So we've got aliens in the sky and these orbs. Nobody knows what's happening to them. They're all across the globe. Nothing's really happening. And they're just going about their day and they're getting ready for entrance exams. Nothing is happening. And then one lands on the ground and suddenly things go wacky and these kids have to be recruited into the military, and it's going to help them with they're going to get extra credit for their college exams, is how they talk these kids into it. And that's kind of the setup, right? Did I cover that pretty as a decent synopsis, Caitlin? Right? Yeah.
The only thing I'll add is they multiplied.
Oh, right.
Because
that's right.
All of the global militaries decided to try and shoot them down, and they just absorbed whatever was being shot at them. So not only did they have orbs, they have a billion more of these orbs because they just multiplied.
Yes. So these kids have been recruited because one orb fell to the ground, and the military reacted in, I don't even know what the proper description of how they reacted to it, except bad. They reacted to it poorly. And our boy Kim Won-hae was his usual Kim Won-hae self.
Yes.
And did the dumbest thing possible. And this orb fucking destroys all of this whole military base, okay?
Yeah. So, except for the platoon leader.
Except for the platoon leader, who then becomes the platoon leader for these high school students. This is what I loved about it, Caitlin, without spoiling anything to this point. What I loved about it is that it played out, in my opinion, exactly how it would play out if you recruited a bunch of college kids who are getting ready for their college entrance exams into the military. They were whiny little brats. They were unhappy. They were only worried about their grades. They were infighting. They were bullying. There was like all this shit happening and fucking chaos was reigning. And I was so impressed that there wasn't like this great military high schooler in there because he was ROTC or something. They were all terrible at it. And so
the only one I have to disagree. There was one who wasn't terrible, and that was Nara. That was Nara.
Oh, you're correct. You're absolutely correct.
We don't know why she wasn't terrible. Of course. Like
right. And so you guys, it's scary as shit. Those aliens, once again, Korea does terrifyingly fast. Terrifying things. Zombies, terrifying, super fast. These aliens are super fast, and they will get you, and they will eat your face, or they will cut off your limbs, and it's terrifying. And
the terrifying thing about this too is those are small ones. Like that was the small orb that dropped from the sky,
right?
And so I'm trying to think the alien that they met in episode 1. They said that was a medium spear.
I was just gonna say that. Like, what the hell is a large one, dude?
I know, right? So, like, there's like different grades of this thing too. Yeah. So,
oh my god!
And then episode 3, all hell breaks loose. Like, you have episode 1 where it's like kind of like introducing everything, and you have one big event. Then episode 2. Like, things do happen, and, like, something, like, it does get a little more intense. Episode 3, all hell breaks loose. Like, just everything.
But what I loved about the way they did it, it looks like we got a quibble. Quibble, why did they make those kids train in those... Oh, my God, Calvin, I thought that as well. I'm like, could they not give them, like, at least gym uniforms to train in? Like, this is hilarious, right? They didn't shower. They didn't clean their clothes. I swear to God, they were in the same school uniform for, 3 weeks while they're crawling through mud. Like, it was that.
Also, they're going to train these kids. Okay, so my quibble about this, which, like, it's just, like, me analyzing it. And, like, I'm just, like, they're going to train these kids for 4 weeks.
Right.
And then they're going to survive, like... And then in episode 3, we see the military dying as much as the kids next to him. And, like, how long has the military been trained? Right. Like, you expect these high school students to give them a gun, and then they're going to do damage better, or if not, equal to the military?
100%, Caitlin. But I do believe that one of the, I don't remember which one. I don't remember if it was, because there's that one actor. Let me just pull it up real quick. There's one actor, where is it? Duty After School. He played the commander, right? Mm-hmm. He played the commander, and he's always a little turd. He's always a turd, right? He's either a fun, good-loving turd maybe not a turd, but he's either like a good, like I loved him, and I think he was my guy in Rookie Historian. Where is he? Oh, I can't find him, but he usually plays just a turd, right? Of just a human. And so I think at one point, a little turd, I think at one point he said to them, we just need gunners. So that's why we're using the college entrance exam to get these kids at least trained to shoot this gun.
Specific bullets too. Like I remember in that scene where Shin Hyun-soo's character, the platoon leader, like got injured and is like walking through that lab. That's what literally the commander said, is like, we need to recruit high school students to shoot this specific ammo. Yeah. But we don't have enough ammo. We have to like make this ammo. And we don't have enough people.
Oh my God, it was just so I think what we're both saying is that while it's high schoolers, and sometimes the high school hysterics get a little bit on my nerves, overall, if you are into sci-fi horror type storytelling, really, really enjoyed it. right?
I would say if you're a fan of like All of Us Are Dead mixed with like Kingdom, like all of like specifically All of Us Are Dead. If you are a fan of All of Us Are Dead, you will love this.
Absolutely. I think so too. And I will take it even a step further where All of Us Are Dead, I felt like, again, they've got the student body that is knowledgeable and they're already ahead of the curve. What I really liked about this one and Duty After School is these kids were all punks, man.
Yeah.
Like some of them were smart punks. Some of them were not so smart punks. Some of them were just full out bullies. But I really appreciated that they all seemed like real high school students, right? Like an actual, they weren't like, none of them were special. None of them were, even like our class president was like begging the platoon leader to just make it stop. So it struck me as very realistic and how I think if you recruited a bunch of high school seniors to defend the planet, that's how it would start. I'm not saying
it's also like, I think it's a portrayal too of like how serious these college exams are because like, even on episode 3, that one kid who's like, who was like second fiddle to the kid in the first episode, he was still like not wanting to go home because he was like, I'm going to pass the CSATs.
Right?
And I'm like, kid, do you think you're going to survive to the CSATs? Like, yeah. I mean, and honestly, I was thinking about this today because I watched episode 3 today. I was like, if I was these kids in these high school, because I kept judging them. I'm like, dude, like you want to leave the school and like go out when you just came back from this and that was a hell place to be and you want to leave this area, which I understand, like they miss their family or whatever, but the platoon leader literally told you they're probably gone. Like you're going to put yourself in this situation. So I would like to think if I was in that situation, I would not leave. But I honestly don't know what I would do in that situation.
I have no idea what I would do, right? I have no idea. I always like to think that I would channel all my Virgo-ness and come up with a plan. But I think at one point I would just like have a meltdown and be screaming at everyone.
Yeah.
Like, shut
up. And there's some talent in these young actors. Like we have like Leon, who's been everywhere. She was in Justice, that Justice show, the oh my God, Juvenile Justice. She was like the teenager that had like the tattoos at the end.
Oh, I didn't watch that one. That's her, right?
So that's her. She played the younger version of the main lead in Crash Course in Romance. She was the young version.
In that. She was adorable.
She also is in Kill Boksoon, she's amazing in that. Kwon Yoon Bin, very good.
Yeah.
I mean, all of these young actors are just like doing a really good job. And
sorry, I apologize. I was looking at something. Go ahead, finish, Caitlin.
Well, they're just like they're not like they're individualizing themselves because it's a ton of them. It's not like we have like 5 or 6 like All of Us Are Dead. I felt like kind of had a core 5 or 6 people. There's a huge number of them that are pretty much main characters throughout this story, and it's also one of those scenarios where it's like, don't get attached to anybody because you have no idea who's gonna die.
I was just gonna ask you that because I'm no spoilers, you guys need to watch it, but I was shocked at the end. I think it was episode 2 where I was like, wait, what? He's not the main lead? Like, wait, what?
I was shocked at the end of episode 1. I'm like, what?
Wait, what?
Basically,
I think what we're all saying is that you should definitely watch this, and we will come back next week and discuss the first 6, part 1, all of that, and then we'll figure out when the second part is coming out. But I finished episode 4, and it's a solid. It's just really enjoyable. Like it's terrifying, but it's enjoyable, but it's well told. It's a really solid drama. It really came out of the gate strong. Just get through that first 20 minutes because the teenage weird, if you're my age or older and you're kind of over the teenage years or teenage dramas, just get through that first 30 minutes and you'll be in good shape. Because at first I was like, oh dear, I don't know. Oh, and also fair warning, every episode is at least an hour 10, at least. Yeah. I was hoping it was going to be like a 50-minute, like get through it really fast. I was like, oh my God, 115, 110, I'm like, oh, I'm going to be here forever. So just know
well, then my last question too is like those things have been in the air for a year. Why didn't you start training these people a year in advance? That was my only other thing. It's like, really?
I mean, there are definitely quibbles, but I feel like it's such a gauntlet of like chaos that you kind of are like, okay, all right, that's okay. All right, we'll keep moving.
Yeah, it's good. So, it's really good.
It is. I'd highly, highly recommend it. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. So the other big premiere we had was yet another show as long. So, right, kids? Calvin, real quick, did you finish it? Have you finished it? Before we move on, I just want to know if Calvin's finished it because, whew, I got 2 more episodes to go, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward.
I have like 2.5. I'm in the middle of 4.
Ooh, yeah, it's a lot. Okay, y'all. So, where was I going back? Okay, so as we said in our header about as our promotional product said about this one, we have so many sageuks, you guys. So many. Mm-hmm. We have 3 now. We have our Blooming Youth, which is coming to an end eventually. We have our Secret Romantic Guest House, and we got another new one this week in Chosen Attorney. So, did you guys all watch Chosen Attorney? Did you guys watch this one? Or Chosen Lawyer? I don't know what we're calling it. It's changed the title a few times. So we're going to go with Chosen Attorney.
Calvin, she asked if you watched Duty After School.
Did you finish it? Did you finish it? Not yet. Okay. All right. Finish watching. Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes. I just wanted to see, have you finished the, yeah. Whew. I got a little distracted on that. I was trying to type and do things. It's crazy. All right. So, Caitlin, did you get a chance to watch Chosen Attorney?
I saw the first episode. Vicky didn't have the second episode up yet.
All right. Absolutely. Right. How did everybody else do with Chosen Attorney? Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. If you want to talk, if we're getting ready to talk about it. Chosen Attorney on Viki only had episode 1 up. I had to go to my Cocoa subscription that I haven't used in forever to get episode 2. So if you need to, Cocoa definitely is getting those subs up much faster than Viki is on Chosen Attorney if you guys have a subscription. So I highly recommend that. Calvin's in the same spot we are. He's got 2 more episodes to go. So next week, I can't wait to talk about it. What did you think about episode 1, Caitlin?
I liked it. What was interesting is, so I technically have gotten introduced to this character in Pong, the JOSEON.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So I got a small little preview, and it definitely his character definitely was just how he was introduced. So
nice.
He's a jerk. He's a charming jerk, but he's a jerk.
Right?
And I love it. And I like Bona's character too.
Yes.
And I'm excited to see their dynamic together. Yeah.
The same thing. I forgot how charming Udoan is, right? I forgot. I mean, listen, we all know we liked him. He was gone for the military for a couple of years. I'd forgotten why I enjoyed him so much. He's pretty. We all know that, right? But pretty does not mean you're a good actor, as we definitely know, right? So it's one thing looking at his pretty pictures. It's another thing watching him in I think this is a 16 episode drama. I'd forgotten how charming he is. And he's such a jerk. He does that jerk charm thing really well. So the setup for this one briefly is that this attorney rolls into Hanyang and is going to be an attorney, but he's basically on a revenge track. So his whole thing is about getting revenge for what this government did to his family. And then he runs into Bona's character, who is, okay, this is where I need a little bit of help. She's a princess, but she doesn't live in the palace. How does that work? I was a little hazy on that. Did you?
So what I got from the first episode is she's a princess. Her father, the king, died unexpectedly or early on. It's not really sure yet. So then they had an older brother, which I think also died, which caused the king, Sung Gi-hee's character, to all of a sudden become king. So he's now king. So she...
But I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe this came up in episode 2, so you guys can let me know. I think he's just regent. So he's not
he's just regent. Yeah,
he's just a regent, which means
he's
there's
just
a
regent.
young crown prince, like this brother's kid, I think.
Yeah.
But here's my question. Yes, it is another revenge show, Dr. G. But I will say, as far as revenge goes, it was pretty satisfying. It was. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was. There was a lot of hijinks going on and a lot of quipping, but it was. I thought it was executed well, and I thought it was fun, and I thought it was not overly done. Like sometimes I feel like some of that revenge is like a little bit too much over the top. I thought they kept it pretty consistent throughout, from the humor to the trauma to the tragedy to the revenge. I felt like it was all part of the same show.
Yeah. And I think that was Woo-do Hwan's charm and character with that, is like he played the comedy and seriousness and the revenge so well. And
and I like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Calvin's got a comment. He literally set a man's house on fire. I liked the fact that they didn't, like, they gave him an out because the old lady was like, the Halmony was all like, but he saved my life because he blah, blah, blah. And they kind of got him out of it. But I like the fact that they're making him, he's going to have an arc in his character to becoming a good man, right? Instead of just on this revenge track. And I really enjoyed the chemistry between him and Bona. I thought it was like snappy and quippy, and it wasn't forced. You could tell that they play really well off each other. Right. Yeah, Christabel. Absolutely. What I wrote in my notes was that I'm really looking forward to watching the chemistry between these two. I just really am.
Yeah, you definitely can tell they're gonna like knock heads a little bit, and then eventually, because like I only saw the preview for episode 2, but even in the preview there was a line of where like Bona's character was like, I want to make him my man, I want to use him, because apparently she, and given that trailer, I haven't seen episode 2, but she apparently has some type of revenge wanting to happen.
I think so too.
If that, or using him because she cares about the people. She wants to do stuff for the people, so maybe use him to help in her, like,
I think it's more, oh my God, absolutely right, Calvin. She's strong and not falling for his charm yet. We know it's all coming, and I'm looking forward to watching that happen. And I love that her whole, in episode 2, she's like trying to like make him her man kind of a thing for her mission. And she pretends that like, I fell in love with you at first sight. Yes, that's why I'm doing this. Sure. And so he thinks he's like the suave, and it's really, I really dig it. Yeah. But I think you're right, Caitlin. I think her thing is more to continue her father's mission for the people. And her father's mission was that the law is what they should listen to, not the king, kind of a thing. And so that's kind of,
and of course we have like the palace politics gonna be coming in, like the same. I swear that same actor plays the same bad guy all the time in these historicals. Like, I mean, he's very good at it. You hate him every time, but like he, of course, is gonna be the bad guy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then we also got, what's his name from Stranger 2, who I loved. Where is he? Where is he hiding? Oh, there he is. Choi Moo-sung. He is. I loved him and he's like, they've got him in a handbook, and it's just like he still has the same gruff thing as when he did when he had a 3-piece suit. I was like, oh, I know that character. I know exactly who you are. I know exactly what's happening.
And then we also have Cha Hyuk-yoon, who in episode 1 he like showed up very small, so I'm not really sure what his character is. According to MDL, though, he's the son of the evil guy, so that's going to be interesting.
I did see that. So I think he might be, I don't know if he's going to be help with our couple or not.
I mean, given Palace shenanigans, I wouldn't be surprised that he ends up being the fiance of Bona's character eventually.
Oh. No.
He's the son of like the
right. Yes.
Head eunuch or emissary, whatever his title is.
Right? I think there's going to be some sort of romantic entanglement for sure.
Yeah. I
Absolutely.
also really like the relationship, and I really hope this stays this way and it doesn't become like brother versus sister. But I really like the Bona and Sungin Hee like relationship, at least in episode 1.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate they were trying to work together and that there's not some. Yeah, I did. I really enjoyed that, and I enjoyed that Bona's character is runs her own business and has people who are there to help her, and that I really enjoyed I enjoyed the world that they built in episode 1 and 2. So yeah, this is definitely a like for me. It's I dare say it was almost a love. I'm definitely looking forward to episode 3 and 4. So I would put that in that category. Hinjo is a handsome older man. I like the pictures showing who you were talking about. Oh, yes. See, that's what we're trying to help with, Tessa, because I'm the same way. I'm like, who was that person? So I'm glad that you like it as well. So because we have like a billion historicals, let's move on to the next one. So the Secret Romantic Guest House, y'all. Who's watching this? Give me a thumbs up if you're watching this one. I was very happy that they did not make us wait weeks to reveal who the Crown Prince or the Jade Dust was. And it was our boy, goofball extraordinaire. So let me pull this up real quick. It was Kang Hoon's character. So I was glad that they did not make us wait forever for that, which was good. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm not enjoying it as much as I'm enjoying Chosen Lawyer, but I do enjoy many pieces of it. Here's my biggest. Oh, Stephanie. It says I apologize. Stefan Tazi. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Here's my biggest quibble about it. As much as I enjoy Reun, I'm not sure he's first male lead ready for romantic interest. What does everybody think about that? Thoughts? Anyone? He just doesn't have like the heft to pull it off. I like him as the Watchman. I like him as the number 2. I just feel like he's got a little bit more growing to go as an actor to pull off the main male lead. Oh, you dropped it. Oh, okay. Got distracted. Yeah, Amy, it took me a while. I mean, it's not clipping as long as much as I want. You're right. Yeah. Yeah. I love being right, Christabel. You know that. So yeah, so Reun is his Watchman. Kang Hoon is, I'm sorry, not Kang Hoon. Yeah. Kang Hoon's character is the Crown Prince or the Jade Dust. And other than that, we just know that our girl, and let's pull this all back up because I want the guest in the pink to be the male lead, right? Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he's got a lot going for him. I think he's going to be a great male lead. I'm talking about Reun here. I think he's going to be a great male lead soon, but he's just not hitting the beats the way I want it to. I agree it's actually good. We saw the reveal so early. What was that? So we can now see how yes, exactly, Calvin. That's why I'm happy about that. I'm glad that we got the reveal as early as we did. So now that mystery is out of the way and we can now see how he's going to work the angles to make it all happen, because they all do care about our girl here, Yoon Dan-oh, and she's trying to find him so that she can keep her house. But if it happens and he's destroyed, so it's going to be really interesting. So I am kind of interested to see how that's going to play out. And then I think, I may be wrong, but I do believe that Kang Hoon, who's our Crown Prince, is going to probably end up in some sort of, he already knows about the sister hiding in the annex, right? But he's also terrified of her because he thinks she's a ghost. So it was adorable. So yeah, so I mean, I dug it, but you know, I don't love it, but I like it. What do you guys?
So
what
do we know that if Reun is like endgame? Or is it still like it could be any of these 3? Because like remember that show a couple years back with Im Shi-won and Yuna, where Im Shi-won I think was the king, and then Yuna was the princess or queen, and then there was
I don't remember that one at all.
Okay, so there was this show a couple years back, probably like 3 or 4, where it was Im Shi-won as the king, Yuna was like a princess or a queen or something, and then there was like the bodyguard or the guard. And the whole show, yes, the king love. The whole show was like the two of the guys vying for the girl's love or whatever, and it pulled a 180 because everybody was like, oh, eventually she's obviously going to be with the king eventually at the end,
right?
And it pulled a 180 and she ended up with the bodyguard, which like was just unheard of at that time. So I'm wondering, like, do we know absolutely for sure that she's going to end up at Ryun at the end?
We do not, but this is where I think which is kind of fun, I'm not gonna lie, because sometimes when you already know, you just kind of tap out, right? The opening not trailer, what is it called? The opening credits, like the little opening musical thing that happens in the front of every show, shows Kang Hoon's character first. So she's the number one, he's number 2. Everywhere else, Ryun is listed number 2. So I'm not sure what we pay attention to, right? But right now, Ryun's character definitely has a crush on our girl. And the prince is more or less encouraging that. So I'm not sure the prince is even really interested in her romantically, theoretically, at least not yet. Okay. We're also only at episode 4 of, how many episodes does this one have? Of 18. So this is an 18. Okay. This is an 18 episode banger. Yeah. So we got a long way to go. Speaking of a long way to go in historical drama. All right, guys, Our Blooming Youth. We still have 4 episodes to go. Where is everybody with this one? Where are we? What's happening? Talk to me. Thumbs up, thumbs down. I'm riding it out because I've come this far and I don't actively hate them. But I mean, it's just, there's just so many things happening. Like, to be perfectly honest, I read an article today on Sumpy, and it was, stop sharing that. I'm going to go here. And it literally said, what, hold on, let me grab that real quick. I apologize, you guys. I thought I had it right here. I did not. 3 secrets that come to light that remain hid, and 3 that remain hidden in Our Blooming Youth. Y'all, this is what it was. Like, these are the 3 secrets, right? In 16 episodes, this is what they give us. This is all we've got, right? Myungjin puts it together. Oh-sung remains in the dark. And that's his cheekbones are number 2 lead. The dim-witted prince and his stubborn eunuch. And basically, it's just how stupid our prince is that he doesn't know that he's the one she's in love with. Like, that's it? That's in 16 episodes, that's as far as we've gotten? Like, what is happening? Of magic and murder? What's this? The Queen's Secret? The Queen's Secret was probably the biggest reveal, which I thought was interesting, that she's of the O clan. And then our little guy here got manipulated into killing the brother, right? Like there's just, like, nothing is happening. Like, nothing is happening in this show. Oh my God. Right, Gunghana? Like, I want to love it, but it's just, I just feel like we're on a hamster wheel with this story. Like, they did reveal that the queen is actually of the Song clan, and so she's in the palace, and so no one knows this, and so she's manipulating behind the scenes. And I don't think in a bad way per se. We also learned that our young grand prince is the one who gave the peach to our original crown prince who died at the beginning, which is how our boy became the crown prince. Also, that was a woe we should have gotten, in my opinion, like at least 2 episodes ago. And then they always come with a big, like, at the end, there's always a cliffhanger at the end. The end of episode 16 was like, they're twins. I was like, I'm like, so the audience put that together 4 episodes ago. We already put that together. This is hardly a big cliffhanger, but thank you for that. So I don't know, you guys. I just, our second lead, his cheekbones, is cousin who's going in to be the crown princess. She's in the selection. She's lied about having 2 parents because I guess one of her parents died, and I didn't realize that as a selection for the crown princess, both of your parents have to be alive. And I was like, whoa, there's a lot of rules to be that crown princess. I like the
does
lead.
Does the second lead know who the main girl is yet?
Not yet.
Oh my god.
Not yet.
Does he at least know she's a girl?
Not yet.
Oh my god. Okay. I dropped this at like episode 3. So
right. Let's see. I like the leads, but they have better projects for sure. I feel it was made in the early 20s. It's just so exactly Gunghana. Quibble. The Bukchin surprise plot was horrible. Yes. And we all knew the right minister was dirty and they thought he would believe. Exactly. Huge quibble. So it's just who's a twin. Oh, Christabel, his watchman, his security guard is a twin. Because people have seen him doing dastardly things and he's like, I did not do them. I don't know what you're talking about. And so it was finally revealed after, I think, 6 episodes that he's a twin. Like, of course he's a twin. Like, it's just, yeah.
Calvin, good point.
What is it? The crown prince knows Jays was alive and never told his friend. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So there's just a lot. I just have a lot. I watch it every week and I'm not like giving up on it, but I'm also never like, that was super satisfying. I'm always like, really, show? That's where we went? Here's the thing, and this is why I think the side characters and the side stories I find really interesting. Our couple from Bukchon, I think is what the name of the city is, with the kids and their whole backstory, I'm really enjoying them. And let me pull them up real quick just so we can take a look at who I'm talking about, because I don't have names. I apologize.
Calvin, you know they're gonna end up together at the end. Like,
oh
that's the whole thing.
That's the worst part about it. Like, there's still, oh my god. When Cheekbones here, wait, let me pull it up. You can't see what I'm looking at. When Han Sung-ho when he basically was giving this whole speech about how he is waiting for her because he knows that she would never do this, and because they are betrothed to each other. Like, it was like just the most beautiful. It was so good. You were just like, oh, Pumpkin, you're gonna be so heartbroken. I just want you to find happiness. They're still playing with our hearts about that. And then, yeah, Tessa, it is a little boring. I agree. Oh my God, Gunghana, this totally should have been over by now. We still have 4 episodes, y'all. 4 episodes. But like I'm saying, like this. I'm enjoying Itae-sun's character, Kim Myung-jin. I enjoy that he's the only one who's finally put it together. At episode 16, he's supposed to be the smartest man in all of Chosen. I'm just like, oh my god, make it stop. But it is actually our side characters. Where did they go? That's right, their pictures are terrible. Oh wait, these 2, right? Well, Emin-ji, and where'd he go? Oh, I can't find him. Oh, there he is. And Kim Ki-doo, our two couple that came from 100 Days My Prince, like their backstory is really a satisfying backstory to watch, and I'm really enjoying that. So I think that's what's happening is I'm enjoying the other characters and what's happening with them more than I'm enjoying our main plot, because my biggest quibble, and then we're going to move on, but my biggest quibble is we have now spent 4 episodes, you guys, with the Crown Prince being jealous of himself. Because she has told him that she will not go back to her fiance because she's in love with someone else. And he's like, who is it? And she's like, someone who's really dumb. I need to know who it is. 4 episodes of this, Caitlin. 4 episodes of this. 4. To the point where he buys her house that she wants, is because it's all so convoluted, but when all is said and done and she gets to go back to being Minji again, she wants to live by herself in a house and teach kids to read. And so he buys her house, but then he gets mad at her that he's not going to give her house because he doesn't want her to share that house with the person that she's in love with. 4 episodes.
Also, I'm sorry, you have a girl who fights and knows how to fight, and all she wants to do is go back to her house alone and teach kids to read? Like, why not, like, teach them how to fight? Or
Caitlin, No, 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 no. Why would she need to do that? She's gonna teach them to read. Because reading is fundamental. I mean, it is. But I'm also like, oh my God, really, show? So yeah, right? It's just, after a while, you're like, oh, right. Thank you, Calvin. You're just like, maybe the first episode was kind of funny because it's a trope we've seen a million times. But it's like, at least make it make sense. Who else would she be in love with? Who else would she have seen while she's masquerading as a eunuch that she would have the opportunity to fall in love with? Who? Who would this be? Who would she have had any interaction with where this is possible other than you? It just makes me crazy. Like, all right. And moving on, because I can't talk about this one anymore. All right. So in the comments, let me know, you guys, which historical are you liking the most? Is it Joseon attorney / lawyer? Is it the secret guest romantic guest house, or is it our blooming youth? I would have to say, for me, it's definitely Joseon attorney. Of the three, if I had to get rid of, I could only pick one, it would be Joseon attorney at this point, coming out of the gate. I definitely think that. So let us know in the comments over there, and we just want to see what everybody's digging. All right, so let's move on. We've got our basic. What else we got? Oh, well, you already covered our blooming youth. All right, let's talk about how my favorite show, The Delivery Man, has teed up its finale. Y'all, I still love this show so much. It's just, I'm so excited. It's such, kind of talking about pacing and story, right? So we're talking about pacing and story, where our blooming youth is just, it's just lumbering through story, right? It's just like, we've been telling the same story for 16 episodes. It's muddling its way through. Delivery Man is like, Amy, are you enjoying it? Because I'm really digging it. Delivery Man is like, it's got a very concise story. Our ghost does not know how she died. She's got amnesia, as a ghost does. And she was around. She knew his mother, who also was killed on the same night. That's our story. Full stop. And it's just about getting from point A to point B. And in between, we help other ghosts like reconcile their grievances and move on. Done. It's so simple. And they're not burying it in a bunch of stuff. They give us a little bit every episode to satisfy us as to how the story's progressing. We learn more things every week about the story and his mother and her. Every week we get a little bit more. Last week we found out she was only in a coma. Oh my God, I'm so glad you enjoyed it, Christabel. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Oh, before I forget, I think my schedule's open enough. If our sponsors, I think I'm going to send out an invite email. If you guys want to watch the finale with me, I think I'm going to do, if Vicky has a watch party option for this, I think I'm going to send out an invite if you're one of our sponsors on Ko-fi to hang out with me and watch that. That's going to be our quarterly watch party. Anyway, mark your calendars. Anyway, where was I? Caitlin? The coffee is kicked in. Can you tell?
We found out she was in a coma last week. That's what we were on.
Right. We found out she was in a coma last week. This week she realizes that it's her father, and she's she doesn't know she's in a coma yet, but she now knows who her father is. My maniacal little Kim Min-suk is even more maniacal. Like, he's borderline cackling. He's so ridiculous, right?
Nice.
We don't know exactly why he's so awful. Like, he was abused as a child. I'm not saying abuse is, it's always bad. But does it turn you into a maniacally straight razoring pencil stabbing psychopath? I'm not sure that's the truth. And so at the end of this episode, he has just lit our main lead on fire. And so that was how we ended this week. Obviously, he's going to survive. We're not really sure how, but he's going to. And I'm just really, really digging it. And I feel like they're teeing up the final 2 episodes so well, right? Like, it's just we've gotten to this point. We know we're coming to an end, and it feels like a very good progression to that end, right? We aren't dragging it out. We know what's happening. We have a big conflict at the end, and now we've got 2 episodes to wrap it up. So I'm loving it. Is anybody else out there digging it? Yes. Nice. Sounds like you're beautiful, I think. Right. Exactly, Gonghana. That's going back to our
And Kim Min-suk is like acting it out well. Like, because I'm sure this is like the first role that you really have him in like an evil as far as I'm aware, in like an evil character.
Here's what's interesting. It was the nurse that made him. Oh, Christabel, is that what it is? I feel like that could be it. Yeah, for sure. Right? But wow, she really tipped him over into the dark side because he is maniacally awful, right? Like maniacally. Kim Min-suk, yes. Like you believe him. And I think we talked about this last week, Caitlin. I love Kim Min-suk. I've loved him in everything I've seen him in. I think he's a great actor. So maybe that is one of the things that is working for me in this as well. But he's also got, in almost every character he plays, there is an edge to him, I think. And I think that edge is working really well in this character. Because he's still that sympathetic character. He's still, but then he'll turn it and be like just start laughing at a funeral kind of a thing. Like you're just like, oh God. Like,
got it.
Yeah. And then he's just like,
so there's like cracks that you see.
He plays those really well. Like that sensitivity that I think he does really well also works as an actor for him to show kind of the bonkers, right? So yeah, it's just been a really satisfying drama, right? Oh, right, Amy. Yeah, and again, it's not a lot of heavy lifting, but it's just super, super enjoyable. I enjoy our main couple. Let me pull them up real quick just so we can look at them. For anyone who is brand new to me talking about how much I love this show. Oh, it is 12 episodes. It's coming to an end. I'm very sad. But yeah, I mean, our main couple, they're just, I believe them. Their chemistry is great. I'm really enjoying them. Kim Min-suk, here's our little villain puppy, Hwan. He like showed up at the house at our boy Sun Yo-min's house after he's like killed like 4 people to give his grandma her meds. You're like, oh my God. It's almost like what it seemed like in this episode. He killed one of our taxi drivers, the Alzheimer mom that was driving with the taxi driver. He killed her mom. And it was almost like the reason he killed her was because she was like, Mom, I can't live without you. And so he gets this little smile on his face. And so he ends up killing her. Like, if you can't live without someone, that's when he kills them. He's so weird and creepy. Yeah. Ooh. Right, Gong Hana? Like it's really enjoyable. I've really enjoyed it. All right. So I'll definitely get that invite out if you guys want to hang out with me and watch that. And I will send that out through Ko-fi. So jump over on our Ko-fi link and I'll do that. All right. What else do we have? God, I don't even know anymore. I have so many notes. Oh, good Lord. Okay. We've got Taxi Driver 2 still to talk about. Speaking of villain puppies. All right, y'all. How are we doing on Taxi Driver 2? Are you watching Taxi Driver 2, Caitlin?
I am, but I didn't get to. I got to episode 11. I didn't get to 12.
Okay.
But I've seen previews of 12, so I kind of know what happened in 12. But I mean, I'm still enjoying this show. I'm kind of one of like watching it with like my brain turned off. Like it's just, I love the people. I love the funeral idea. Like
right,
the whole funeral. I was not expecting that. I was just like, okay, they're gonna hold a funeral, but I didn't expect like that was a plan.
Right? I know.
Yeah.
So sorry, real quick. Gugana, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate your support. We really do. Thank you so much. All of this helps us keep this channel going. Thank you. Thank you. Going back to you, Caitlin. Yes. Like the funeral, I enjoyed watching them put their plan in place. Like that's what I enjoy about this show. So that's what I enjoyed that.
Yes.
Christabel, I also agree with you. This week did feel like a filler episode. Like I got to like episode 12 and I was like, I think I even wrote it in my notes. Like I was like, what is the story this week? Like I get that they want to find out who Shin Jae-ah's character is and who's after them and who hates them. But we spent like an episode and a half trying to track down this Black Sun Club, which I think ripped from the headlines is the Burning Sun situation.
Yep.
But it just felt so, it was handled so, in my opinion, so awkwardly, right? Because once again, our boy, Kim Do-gi, goes in and uses his real name. Now, he is someone who's supposed to be dead. He's supposed to be dead by the machinations of our boy here, Shin Jae-ah, who is from this club. So
Right.
after a while, I'm just like, does no one, and then, oh my God, I will say this. At one point he goes in as a customer, as a guest of the club. And then he gets thrown out and thrown in jail, and wackiness, and not wackiness, but like chaos and corruption ensues. But he gets out, right? Then he suddenly ends up in a very exclusive gym working out, where only in this gym do they hire their bodyguards for Black Sun.
Uh-huh.
And no one recognizes him. And I literally,
I feel like
how in Clark Kent is it happening? What in Clark Kent is happening right now? So he then goes into the club, and thankfully, one of the security guys was like, "What the f- are you doing here? How would you get in?" He does his, Kim Dookie dance and moves on. But it took us a long time to get to the end of episode 12 to find out that this is their new mission, because a reporter's friend, cop friend, was murdered. And so, right? Dr. Chi, yes. And I do love our girl, Pyo Jin. But yeah, we need more women in these types of shows, which is why I was bummed out Isam left.
True.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, it's one of those shows that I'll finish, but I'm not loving it. So how are you able to turn your brain off, Caitlin?
I just like these types of shows. Like, this is my type of show. I love these types of shows. I love crime shows. I love the whole found family working together against evil. I mean, it's just it's the type of shows I like. So I mean, if there's a season 3 made, I will watch season 3. Like, I think the thing is I don't go into a lot of these crime shows with expectations, I guess. Like, I like the unpredictability of them, so to go in with expectations, I just never do. So I think that's the problem I have, is like, I tend to go for this genre, so I don't have a lot of them I hate.
Gotcha. I love this genre. I feel like they've missed, first and foremost, Shin Jae is doing a masterful job of being evil, right? And I don't mean like maniacal evil like Kim Min Suk in Delivery Man, but he's got so much charisma. Like, I just feel like, yeah, right? I think it is Burning Sun, and I do think it's a sore spot for South Korea. But if you're going to go after, in my opinion, if you're going to go after and make this one of the cases, you need to go hard, because they're kind of just dancing around the edges of how awful this Burning Sun situation was, right? They're kind of like, they're kind of drugging women, and they're kind of doing this, and they're doing it, but we're only going to show.
Well, I think also at the same time, this has been done before. Like, the Burning Sun in the multiple crime shows have done it since
for sure.
that came out. So I think it's like, what more can be said? Like, everybody knows it's based off of Burning Sun. Like, you don't have to do much to know it is. So like, I think that's the other thing, is like, they don't have to do much. Specifically, like, you name the club Black Sun. Like, the club is named Black Sun. You can't really get any closer than that.
Right? Yeah. I will say, I think a big opportunity that they did miss with Taxi Driver 2, and I'll go back to Shin Jae. He's so charismatic, and him going up against Lee Jae-eun, I think, could have been so much more dynamic than some of the cases that they've given us. Instead of spending episodes and episodes and episodes trying to create these brand new cases, I feel like they could have really utilized how good Shin Jae is and how good Lee Jae-eun is, and be able to have them play against each other. I think they've really missed that opportunity, in my personal opinion.
I mean, we still have 4 episodes.
We do. I'm just saying.
And we still haven't gotten back to episode 1 case, which we mentioned last week.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, even the one scene that Shin Jae did this week, like, they literally had one scene.
Yeah.
One. And he beat the ever-loving hell out of 3 of their bouncers, because it was a bet that he was trying to make a customer happy. And it was it was just so well done, right? Like you believed all of it.
Yeah.
And I really feel like those moments have shown me that they really either didn't know what to do with him or they didn't realize how good he was. And now, you know what I'm saying? Like they just were like, oh, we probably could have done
Maybe
more.
they're setting him up for a season 3. Maybe season 2 is going to be like, we haven't caught him, so season 3 is going to be him catching.
I would be into that. I'd be totally into that because I've really, really enjoyed him in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh. Anyway, all right, guys, that's my watch list. I think we're gonna open it up to the open forum and listen to the rest of Caitlin's watch list. Oh, I do have one more, y'all. Y'all, I don't know what it is with all of my favorites going bad, but I haven't finished it yet. But have you guys seen that Lee Sung-yoon is the big bad of Pandora? Oh my god, it was so delicious. It was so delicious. I was so happy. I'm super behind.
Yes, Denise. Yes. He is playing a villain in the next drama, and we are very excited about it.
So happy about that. Like
it's just gonna be a drama of villains. I'm very curious about the rest of the cast for this drama.
I'm very excited about that one. Like he's so good. He's quickly moving into my go-to list of people I'll watch for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so there it is. Lee Sung-yoon is now evil as well. So I literally all my favorites are evil. And it's laugh out loud ridiculous. Like they had him take his shirt off. Thank you, show. I appreciate that. I think I did see Toya here. So how'd you enjoy that shot of your husband? So let me know. And I was like, oh, thank you, show. And then he's got this like scar down his back, and it was his scar that he got from being electrocuted by the lightning, but when he was killing the other lady. I'm like, what? Sure. As one does. Didn't go to the hospital, didn't need any medical treatment. He literally got like electrocuted down his back, and it's like this full back tattoo of like, scarring. And he was just like, yep, I'm good. I was in my study all night. What are you talking about? I'm good. It was hilarious. All right. So what else are you watching, Caitlin?
Well, I'm watching Oasis, but I'm behind. I didn't get to it this week due to the life and other stuff. So I will be caught up on that next week.
Okay.
To talk about it. But I hear it's going full gangster, so I'm excited for that. Like, yeah.
Okay. Dr. Chi is also watching Oasis. Dr. Chi, what is it? Is it good? Are you guys happy with this week's episodes? Is this the halfway point for it, or is this how many episodes?
Yes, it's yes, we've hit the halfway point.
So okay, so this is usually a big episode. Okay, cool. Yeah. Nice. What else? You said
I'm also watching Unintentional Love Story.
Oh, how's that going?
I absolutely love this. So this week was episodes 5 and 6.
Oh, good.
And it's 10 episodes in total, as far as I'm aware. So we have 4 more episodes left. I love this show. So episode 5 was basically, these 2 episodes was basically, we have Gong Chang's character kind of coming in and accepting the fact that he has feelings for Cho So-won's character.
Okay.
And Cho So-won is like over here like, okay, I'm going to let you think about this and I'll be here when you need me. Yeah. So like episode 5 is just Gong Chang like, I don't like him. Yes, I like him. What am I feeling? He's a guy, blah, blah, blah. We got a ghost scene, like full-on ghost scene where like
I saw the still from that, and I was like, oh my god, they're actually doing this. Amazing. Yeah.
I love Oasis, just a standpoint. I love Oasis. I love the acting. It is definitely not what I was expecting, so I would recommend it.
Okay.
Anyway, so episode 5 was him just kind of figuring out. He left the house because he just was not comfortable, because he just like couldn't understand it. And then episode 6, Cha So-won's character goes away and is gone for like half of the episode. And Gong Chang basically is like, I miss him.
Aww.
Like, and so at the end, he confessed first, which I love that, because he at the very end, he was just like, I'm going to do something crazy. You can hit me afterwards if you want, but I need to do this. And he kissed him. And then Cha Soo-won's character was like, that is not how you do it. And then kissed him back. So we're there.
Okay. Nice.
I honestly think Cha Soo-won's character knows why Ganchan's character is there. Because the reason why he went on the business trip was apparently his father has known he's been in this town the last 2 years and like wanted him to go to this business trip. So I honestly think he knows why he's there. If he doesn't, then he's gonna probably find out, and that will break my heart because they'll all be sad. But
hopefully only for a very short episode.
Yes, and I'm loving this. I want to go and read the webtoon. I'm liking this show.
Oh my god, that's amazing! Yeah,
and their chemistry is just so good, and we still have Puppy, and it's just cute because Cha Soo-won, like, he was angry because he like wanted to like shake the guy and be like, you like me, but he like gave him space and he kind of just like left him be and was like in the vicinity, but like did not try to hassle him.
Oh my god, I love that.
It was just a very mature way of going about it.
I love that. Oh my god, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked it.
I keep saying I'm going to get caught up, and every week it all blows up in my face, but I still plan on getting caught up on this one. And I'm even contemplating jumping into OASIS because
OASIS is great. It's not bad at all. You will hate the parents and multiple people. I will say that right now. I hate like half the characters.
You know me. I will hate half the people in it. That's my MO for almost all K-dramas.
yes. But I definitely recommend Oasis. The other one that I am watching is, so I finished a couple BLs.
Okay.
I finished Shoulder to Cry On. It ended better than it started. I did not like the start, but I thought the ending was better.
Okay.
It's still not my favorite that I've ever seen. It's definitely not, of the 3 I was watching, it's definitely below like the bottom 3, but the leads did very well for their first drama.
Okay.
And I would watch them again. I also finished Our Dating Sim, which was adorable. It was absolutely adorable. I love that both characters were very straightforward and saying, I like you the entire time. There was no like beating around the bush or anything. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you recommend all 3 of those if we wanted to get caught up?
I would just say I would recommend Unintentional Love Story, then I would recommend Our Dating Sim, and then The Shoulder to Cry On. I just in terms of what I like.
Sure. Okay.
Ganghana, to answer your question, I've been watching BLs depending on which country you're talking from.
Yeah.
Korea's only been making BLs for like 2 or 3 years, and I've seen most of them from when they started, maybe 4 years. I've been watching Thai BLs a lot longer. So, and then Japanese BLs here and there. So I've been watching BLs for quite a while. I also go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I feel like even the Korean ones, they're fairly new to the genre. But they've improved quite a bit.
Yes,
and
they have.
At first they were like just like 15-minute like little webisodes with some like the scripts were really challengingly, I mean, the actors had to do some heavy lifting to make the scripts make sense. The actors were usually fairly green. And I feel like they've definitely, the production value has gone up. And as they've become more popular, the acting's gotten better. And they've, you know, I feel like they've really, just in a very short amount of time, have really become real. I mean, some of them were really enjoyable, but I feel like they've really turned a corner in the last year or so.
Well, they also have like variety too. It's not just all like high schoolers or or like I like the fact that they've given us a lot of variety in story and people.
Right. They've kind of also like, I've noticed that more of them seem to have more adults in them, which is nice. Yeah. In the last year, I feel like we've gotten more adult BLs and not just, you know, high school kids running around, you know.
Yeah.
Working through some stuff.
And then the last thing I watched this week was Kill Boksoon.
Oh, it looks like Dr. Chi also watched it. And?
Yeah. It's decent. I liked it. It wasn't the best thing I've ever seen. Yeah. I think I went into it with a lot higher expectations, which I think that was my detriment. There was just some plot points that I didn't particularly like. I think that they underutilize Isom
Why do they
so
always?
much.
Every show
So
I see,
much.
she's always underutilized. She's
Yeah.
so
And also,
amazing. God.
Dr. Chi, if you've seen this, let me ask you a question, because I was very confused with Isom's character and the head of the other the assassins people, the guy with the glasses. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. So in his words, Isom was his sister. He said sister. But Isom was acting like she wanted to be with him romantically, so I didn't really understand if it was actually his sister or like not. So Director Cha, I was very confused with that relationship. Because the minute he said sister, I was like, really? Because she just kissed you. How is that a sister?
What did he call her?
Sister. He literally, I mean, the subtitle said sister, and I thought I heard him say sister. I mean, I could be wrong, but I was very confused with their relationship.
Okay.
And also she just was very underutilized. Like they built up this whole thing where there was going to be this epic fight between Boksoon and Director Cha, and they kind of just skipped over it altogether.
Okay.
So I mean, maybe it was a translation issue. I don't know. I did not have the sister relationship between their characters, and for some reason, yeah. So I didn't understand that relationship at all. But I mean, Isom, for what she was in, was very good. But yeah, I didn't particularly like some of the plot points. I thought the acting was amazing. It's definitely gory. I think it just could have. There's some aspects of it. It could have been better.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it wasn't it wasn't a bad movie. It would be entertaining. So.
Okay. Interesting. He was her Oppa. Did he call her Nuna? No. If he was Oppa, then it was okay. That's interesting. Did he call her Dungseng?
I know. I'd have to go back and look. Like I don't know. Maybe it was a translation thing. Maybe maybe the subtitle said sister, and I just wasn't listening it hard enough to understand.
Yeah. Right. I'm just more excited. I mean, like Hwan was in this. I love him from DP.
Yeah, he was good in it. All of them were very good. It's entertaining. There were some things I wish could have been done differently. Okay. But it was entertaining. It was also, in my opinion, Dr. Chi, maybe you'll agree, I thought it was a half an hour too long, in my opinion. And maybe that's just me, but it did have this really cool aspect where Boksoon would with every fight scene, she would play out all the fight scenarios in her head beforehand, and they showed it.
That's
and
nice.
Then she would decide which one to go with or not do any of them.
Ooh,
I thought that was very cool and cool. But yeah.
Nice. Okay, so let's say, oh my God, we're already for an hour and 50. He told about his sister, so she wouldn't be jealous. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
All right. Oh, that was so cool. Nice. Okay, let's take a look at the calendar, shall we? Let's see what's coming up. We're gonna take a look at the whole. Let's see what we got. Hold, please.
Amy, to answer your question really far back when you asked, are actors able to go between BLs and hetero roles?
Yes, I wanted to go back to that. Yes.
I've seen them do it. I think it just depends on who the actor is. Like, the guy from the first one, the Lingers one, the title. Yeah. He's just hetero roles now. He's gone back to BLs again, and he has said in interviews he's been made fun of the roles and everything like that. You have the current actor on Boys Planet right now who definitely has been internet gossip about him doing it. So the actors have been able to go to hetero roles, and then, sometimes they don't. It just depends on what.
And isn't the lead in Unintentional Love Story I just saw in, what did we just see him in? It was a historical, y'all, so I don't remember which one.
Yeah.
I think it was Our Blooming Youth. I think he was a scholar or something.
Yeah, he was a guest role. And I saw the first role I saw him in, he was a hetero role. Yeah. So I mean, it depends. I think it depends on their company, what jobs they do, everything like that. But I don't think them accept, at least right now. I think after 4 or 5 years of doing this, I think it's gotten better. Where like if they do a BL role, it doesn't mean they're never going to get another role ever again.
Right.
Maybe early on that was the case, but I don't think it's much anymore because there's so many coming out now.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad to see that. I was actually really happy when I saw some of them being able to cross over between the two genres.
Yeah.
That was good to see. All right, let's take a look at the calendar coming up, y'all, because boy, we've been chatty this week, but I love it. Thanks so much, you guys. I had to get stuff off my chest. All right, what do we got here, y'all? All right, this week we've got Shoulder Crying. I thought Shoulder Crying's finaleing this week. Am I incorrect, Caitlin?
They did finale this week. They changed it up on us.
They keep changing it on me.
They showed the last 3 episodes this week. So it's done.
Oh, they dropped them all at the same time. All right, I'll update the calendar. But my delivery man is leaving me as of Thursday. Excuse me. And then, Caitlin, your Decoy season 2 is coming up on Friday.
So excited. I think they're gonna drop. If I remember correctly, they dropped all 6 during season 1. Either that they did like. No, it was 2. It was 2. It was like 2.
They dropped. Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I'm gonna get caught up. I'm gonna get caught up this week just so I can watch it and so we can talk about it next week. It's gonna be great. And then if anybody's watching Divorce Attorney Shin, that's also finaleing on Saturday. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. But let's just take, since April's just starting, let's take a quick look at what we got for April, and then we will wrap it up, y'all.
Dr. Chief, quick thing on premise of Decoy. So you have a cop. So you have a cult, basically. The cult leader dies. We don't know if he's actually still alive yet. So the first 6 episodes of these cult people trying to get their, like, they got swindled out of money and everything. They're trying to get their money back, and people start dying. And so this cop comes in and is like, we need to investigate this cult leader who apparently disappeared a couple years back. Is he dead? Is he alive? So the whole thing is about a cult trying to figure out who's murdering these cult members or ex-cult members, and then seeing if the cult leader is actually alive or dead, which is fitting with the whole documentary that came out last.
Right? Oh my God. I think I need to watch both. I need to watch the documentary and then I need to watch that. All right. So quickly, we've got, it looks like Pale Moon. We've got Bora Deborah, which I hadn't really heard about, but it looks cute. Stealer, the Treasure Keeper. We got the Queen Maker, Dr. Cha. Family, we've got Jang Nara and Jang Hyuk coming back. We've got the Queen of the Mask. We got Good Bad Mother, and we got Romantic Dr. Teacher Kim 3 coming up in April. Caitlin, quickly, of all of these coming out, which one are you most excited for? No pressure.
I probably, other than Decoy, we'll put Decoy aside. Right. You know, I'm excited for that.
Right.
I would say I'm excited most for Stealer and Queen of the Mask.
Yeah. Okay.
Stealer just looks fun.
Yes.
It gives me like Batman vibes.
Right?
Batman / National Treasure. And then Queen of the Mask is just my kind of show. It's like a revenge. Someone went to prison because of a murder that they didn't commit, and that's.
I'll tell you, this sounds really silly, but the reason I'm excited about Queen Maker is it all drops in one day. So you can just get all that juicy goodness all at one time. Oh my God. Amy's getting ready to watch season 3, right? Dr. Romantic. So Amy's looking forward to that. What's everybody else looking forward to? Let me know. Family. All right. Yep. That documentary was terrifying. I have to get on that. Oh, they made a show about you, Dr. Chi. They did. Yes, they did.
In Queen Maker, the thing it is a political drama, so I'm like on the fence about it. The one thing I am excited about Queen Maker though is Russo Young is apparently the villain in that one, and he is delicious as a villain.
Let's see. Who is that? Let's see who that is. Oh, yeah.
He was in a couple years back. He was in the drama called Love and Sadness. Horrible character, like absolutely horrible, but he played the character so well. Like, nice. Oh my God. So I'm excited just for him.
Say the two I'm most looking forward to. I would have to say it's probably the Stealer, the Treasure Keeper, and Dr. Romantic Teacher Kim, because I've enjoyed that series. I enjoy visiting the Doldrum Hospital again.
Series. I haven't watched any of those seasons.
They're really hot. It's just kind of like, it's like reading a good book. You know where the story's going. There's not a lot of there's angst, but it's not any angst that's not going to be resolved. It's just very satisfying. Yes. I mean, just for pure enjoyment, Marco, I would say watch it. Like, I think you'll understand the dynamics better of the hospital, but I don't think
apparently a lot of the characters from season 1 and 2 are coming back for free.
Oh my God, I'm looking forward to that quite a bit. Yeah. So, heartwarming is a great word for it, Dr. Chi. It is heartwarming. It's just kind of it's like visiting friends, right? You're just kind of like, oh, I get to spend an hour with like people I really enjoy. So yeah. They're on Viki, Marco. I think you can watch all of them on Viki for sure. Y'all, we chatted. We did some K-drama chatting this week. Caitlin, as always, thank you. Kim and Jay, right, Dr. Chi? Love him. I'm so happy. I am so happy that even though he's been doing a bunch of male lead roles, that he did not think that he was too big to come back as the nurse again. I was very excited to see that. I was very excited.
Dr. Chi, have you seen JOSEON Psychiatrist? Please tell me you have. Because if you haven't, you need to watch him in that.
You absolutely need to watch him in that for sure. Do you like Brahms is still my all-time favorite. Oh my God, I love that so much. All right, guys. Thank you so much, you guys, for hanging out with us. Caitlin, thank you for hanging out with me and sharing your K-drama week with us. You guys, we really appreciate it. If you've enjoyed this, give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe, because we're trying to keep the channel going. If you want the cool calendar that I keep showing, it's over there at the link on Ko-fi.com at the KThree. But as usual, you guys, really, we appreciate it. Thanks for just coming and hanging out with us. And if you are listening on the podcast, thank you so much. Go ahead and give us the follow on there as well. And if you're in the replay, leave us your comments below and we'll jump in there and respond to what your thoughts are on your watch list. Caitlin, any final thoughts before we sign off?
No, because we'll probably go too long if I talk anymore.
Caitlin, thank you so much. All right, you guys, we'll see you next week. Bye. Watch Duty After School. Bye.